State mobilized themselves as they staged a prayer walk asking God to heal the nation. In the eastern parts of the country, youth embarked on a prayer walk in Owerri, the Imo State capital, seeking intervention in Nigeria. And in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, youth from different churches took to the street to seek the face of the Lord for spiritual solutions to the social, economic, and political crisis in the states. Here in Edo State, the protest to end SARS brutality extended to remote areas. For hours, youth barricaded the Enya bypass along Benin Auchi Road, Ramat Park, King Square, and others. There were also bonfires in some areas. The development caused commuters to trek long distances as a result of traffic congestion in parts of the state capital. And now to Osun State, where thugs on Saturday attacked vehicles in the convoy of Osun State Governor Adegboyega Oyetola while he was addressing #EndSARS protesters in Osogbo, the state capital. The hoodlums vandalized some of the vehicles in the governor's convoy in a security, as the security aides ferried him to safety after his stampede. The senior special assistant to the governor on media, Mabel Aderonke, confirmed the attack while sharing photos of the vandalized vehicle. The National Human Rights Commission has constituted an 11-man panel to probe allegations of violation of human rights by the disbanded Special Anti-Robbery Squad. The police unit was scrapped by the Inspector General of Police, Muhammad Adamu, following ongoing protests across the country against excesses of the federal SARS operatives. The Executive Secretary of NHRC, Tony Ojukwu, in a statement on Saturday said all petitions, complaints, and memoranda must reach the Commission, which is the Secretariat of the panel, on or before October 31st, 2020. Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has set up a judicial panel of investigation on alleged cases of police brutalities against residents of the state. Abiodun announced the appointment of retired Justice Solomon Olugbemi as chairman of the panel. The governor also constituted Special Security and Human Rights Committee and Human Rights Complaint Office with terms of reference on the committee's mandate. In a statement, Abiodun's Chief Press Secretary Kunle Samari said the committee is charged against others with the task of ensuring the protection of rights of citizens by all security and law enforcement agencies, monitor the prosecution of any officer indicted by the presidential panel on police reforms, and entertain complaints of human rights violations from the State Human Rights Complaints Office. The governor also announced Joseph Oguni Ibamidele and Debayo Shodeyin Oluwapomile as members of the committee. Coming up on Extra Voices, like Oliver Twist, Nigerian youth might be asking for more than just the reform of the police system. With continued protests across the country days after SARS was disbanded, the conversation and demands have gradually snowballed into calls for wider society reforms. Well, just a teaser. Hold on for a moment. Extra Voices has more on witnessed series of protests and walks across the country by the youth, demanding for a more civilized policing system, beginning with an end to the Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS), a unit within the police force. This followed a series of complaints of abuse, extortion, brutality, extrajudicial killings, and all forms of dehumanizing treatment over the years, which the authority have failed to address. Though the protest have yielded its first major result, which is the disbandment of the unit by the Inspector General of Police, today's Extra Voices reports that the youth still want more from the authority than merely scrapping the SARS.
Voices of disenchantment about police brutality in Nigeria that have continued to resonate on streets of many cities in Nigeria and beyond. In Lagos, Ibadan, Abuja, Jos, Enugu, Port Harcourt, Benin City, London, and other parts of the world, the voices chanted the same chorus. They want an end to the activities of SARS, a special unit of the Nigeria Police Force created in 1992 by the administration of General Ibrahim Babangida to deal with the problems of armed robbery and other violent crimes.
We can't take it anymore, so it's a good thing that we're coming out to crowd with one voice, and we hope to achieve one goal, which is that the South will be reformed, because we're tired of them killing us.
There are perhaps a few Nigerians who haven't encountered the SARS brutality or extortion. Many have stories of personal experience to share.
I took my uncle's car to go. So SARS men, they stopped me, brought me down, left my license, I showed them who wants to start my uncle. They asked me my phone, and I gave them. They saw a picture of the name of the white man. They said, what am I doing with the picture of this white man? But I must be doing for one, and that's the letter.
Those who don't have certainly have someone very close to them to share.
I live in the most fucking privilege. I never lost a finger. I came back here. Money for somebody. The way I told there was no war. If there was no fight, there was no riot. Because that the boy was involved in any fracas. Not that he was stealing. Not that he was not robbing. Just told them really they wasted this boy for me. Oh God. I had a friend, Kule. Kule was asked that time to kill his phone. So I never give him my phone. That was he arrested him. Kule paid himself with 200,000. Somebody should go to the government.
Several attempts have been made in the past to reform the SARS and the Nigeria Police in general to specifically deal with the complaints of human rights abuses. The most recent was in 2019. However, each attempt has left the force with little or no impact. But the last straw that broke the camel's back was a viral video last week showing the alleged killing of a man in Delta State by the SARS operatives after a series of physical assaults. The video sparked off protests globally, which gradually gathered momentum as celebrities and many prominent fellows joined in. On Sunday, October 11, the Inspector General of Police, Mohammed Adamu, bowed to pleasure.
The Special Anti-Robbery Squad of the Nigerian Police, otherwise known as SARS, is hereby dissolved across all formations, the 32 state police commands, and the Federal Capital Territory, where they currently exist.
But more than 5 days after this pronouncement, the protests have continued in many cities across the country and beyond. They say the IGP's pronouncement was not backed by the law, throwing up fresh posers and new demands that may prolong the protest.
The president should give an executive order. We have a constitution. The IGP cannot dissolve SARS. And the divergence has gone on to. We are not looking for something we don't do in this country. Future generation are in Jerry. And we have to go in something we are supposed to trust with our lives. We don't do nothing. Something has to be done. It has to be done now. We do not want them to go to another unit and rebrand them. We want them to be disbanded and we continue to block the airport until they feel the pain that we feel.
Human rights lawyer Femi Falana and chairman of editorial board of Daily Post newspaper Kabir Yusuf believe that a total reform of the force, including welfare and leadership, is the only way out.
The government will have to announce measures towards improving the conditions of service of policemen and women in the country. You cannot pay somebody 45,000 naira and give it a goal and expect
lanes with corrupt. Command police has no instantly more returns are made from checkpoints to the divisional police officers down to the commissioners of police. And I'm not making this as mere allegation. I was a witness, but then nobody will admit that. If I were to be the president, the first thing I would do is get someone outside the police station to help the police, just like we have done with the custom. Get a lawyer, a human rights lawyer.
All this while, the social media has continued to provide the right energy, fueling the street walks as the subject maintained a top trend on all platforms with hashtag #EndSARS, attracting global attention and mobilizing resources to sustain the cause. In a seeming show of solidarity, the co-founder and CEO of Twitter, a social media application, Jack Dorsey, added his voice to the #EndSARS protest in Nigeria. He launched a special emoji of a raised tight fist with Nigerian official color, green, white and green, while calling on his friends to donate their Bitcoin to help the #EndSARS protest. From #EndSARS, the hashtag moved to SARS must end now, hashtag SARS must go now, hashtag #EndSWAT, hashtag end bad governance in Nigeria, and many other similar hashtags, extending the conversation beyond the subject. Apparently, the demand is going to include extensive reforms, social justice, end of corruption, and enshrinement of good governance for a better society. For KUFM's Extra Voices, Chinedu Ekeja.
Coming up in a moment after this break, 92,591 entrance exam for Unity School admission.
There's a lot happening around us. We can't be everywhere all the time. We've got work, families, and chores to cater to, and most importantly, time to rest. And that's why having a reliable partner like KUFM News is important. Sleeping when you don't. We work round the clock, bringing you stories as they break from Nigeria and across the world. We will stop at nothing to keep you informed, because KUFM News is all about you and stories that affect your politics, business, human interests, sports, entertainment, just name it. We've got you covered. KUFM News. Timely, precise, spot on.
About 92,591 candidates on Saturday sat for the 2019-2020 Common Entrance Examination for admission into 104 Unity schools across the country. The examination, which was organized by the National Examination Council, NECO, took place in 639 centers nationwide. Minister of Education Adamu disclosed this when he led top officials of both the ministry and NECO on monitoring of the examination in Abuja on Saturday. The minister expressed satisfaction with the conduct of the examination and compliance of the examination centers and candidates to COVID-19 guidelines and protocols. According to him, the federal government had taken note of areas of improvement in planning for future examinations. Adamu assured the results of the Common Entrance Examination will be released soon for the commencement of the first term, saying such development would bridge the gap in studies created by COVID-19 pandemic following the closure of schools. Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Education, Sonny Echano, said the current carrying capacity of the 104 federal government colleges is 30,000. The federal government has approved the reopening of the Marine Beach Bridge and Weko Bridge in Lagos State. The government has shut down the Weko Bridge and Marine Beach Bridge in March and May respectively for repairs, while declaring it unsafe for public use. But The Minister of Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola San, on Saturday directed that both bridges be reopened to traffic from Monday, 19th of October 2020. This was contained in a statement signed by the Ministry's Director of Press and Publicity, Bolade Akinola. The Minister explained that the approval of the reopening of both bridges were sequel to the report by the contractor handling the project, Build Well Plant and Equipment Industries Limited, that the repair work on the first phase had been completed 100%. It tied to negotiations for their patience, understanding and cooperation while sections of the bridges were closed. Fashola added that while the completed section of the Eko Bridge should be reopened to traffic, work should commence immediately on the Alaka-bound side of the project. Just like Third Mainland Bridge, which has had one of the sections closed for repairs, the 1,350-meter Eko Bridge links the Lagos Island to the mainland, while the Marine Bridge connects motorists to the Apapa area of the city. Coming up in a moment on our entertainment news, committee confirms Oscar's approval of Pidgin English as foreign language. Welcome back to the news. You're still on to News Done on Kilimax 2.7 FM Green City. Open on to entertainment when Nigerian Official Section Committee NOSC for the Academy Award submission says the Academy will now consider movies with dialogue in Pidgin English. The committee's chairperson Chinaza Aboy said the latest feat was achieved after 7 months of being in communication with the Academy as well as visits to Los Angeles. Chinaza made the confirmation via a press release containing details of the timeline of the committee's progress. The press statement further reveals that the committee is solely responsible for achieving the new feat for Nollywood contrary to reports circulating in the media. Recall Lottery directors Kenneth Young tweeted on Friday, October 16th, that Ebony Film CEO Mo Abudu achieved the applaudable feat after several weeks of communicating with members of the Academy. In the light of the development, he said the committee will now consider extending the submission deadline, which ended at 11:59 p.m. on 2nd of October 2020. This, according to the press statement, will allow over 5 filmmakers with Pidgin English films to submit their films. Coming up in sports, Victor Osimhen opens his Serie A goal account as Napoli beat Atalanta. This and more on our sports bulletin. Coming up shortly. Victor Osimhen has scored his first Serie A goal in a 4-1 win over Atalanta on Saturday. Osimhen netted with a superb finish in the 43rd minute and held up a shirt with the inscription "End Police Brutality in Nigeria." Earlier, the player had tweeted it in support of #EndSARS protesters in the country. Napoli paid French club Lille to a club record fee of up to 80 million euros to bring the Nigerian to southern Italy on a 5-year contract. Javi Lozano scored a brace in the 23rd and 27th minute before Matteo Pilantano made it 3-0 3 minutes later. Sam Lammers got the consolation for the visitors in the 69th minute. Napoli had tied with 8 points from 4 matches, while Atalanta are second with 9 points from 4 games. Elsewhere, Everton came from behind twice to maintain their unbeaten start to the Premier League in a 2-2 draw in Merseyside derby as Liverpool were denied a stoppage time winner by the video assistant referee. Senegal captain Sadio Mane gave the visitors their lead in the 3rd minute, while Michael Keane equalized in the 19th minute, powering a headed past goalkeeper Hybrid San Miguel Castelo. The reigning champions took the lead once again with Egyptian super star Mohamed Salah scoring after a poor clearance from the host defense. But Carlo Ancelotti's side leveled against 9 minutes from regulation time after informed striker Toyin Eder. The worrisome news for Liverpool was Van Dijk getting injured in the first half, and when Jordan Henderson thought he had scored the winner in stoppage time, the goal was ruled out after VAR reviewed the incident. Everton are top with 13 points from 5 matches, while Liverpool are second with 10 points. In other matches, Chelsea played a 3-3 draw with Southampton with Tottenham netting a brace. Manchester City beat Arsenal FC 1-0. And that's the news. Before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. And protests hold across Nigeria. 92,591 rights entrance exams into, I take that again, 92,591 rights entrance exam for Unity School admission. And finally, federal government reopens Eko Bridge, Marine Bridge on Monday. Do remember that the continued unity of Nigeria is a collective responsibility. Be sure to play your part. Do not forget you can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting our website at www.kufm.net or download our mobile app from the Google Play Store. We are also live on YouTube at KUFM Nigeria. You can also listen to us on guidingradio.com. KUFM's News Dawn was produced by Nisahari Owadia. I am Expo Mohammed saying thanks for listening. Good morning.